Welcome to the Brickyard, everyone. Today we are looking at my custom-built Bell Cobra attack helicopter. The Cobra was one of the iconic military helicopters fielded by the United States in the 1970s and early 1980s. This model is the AH-1F, which went into service in 1979. The Cobra had a wide array of different armament packages. This one I built here features the M197 20mm automatic gun. That's the forward-mounted rotary cannon on the front of the helicopter. This model also features tow missiles and a rocket pod launcher mounted under the winglets. I decided to do the AH-1F model in particular because I actually got to see one, a surplus helicopter that was in storage at my local airport, and we got a tour thanks to my cousin who arranged it, and we got to see the helicopters there, and there were quite a number of old military surplus helicopters, and I saw the Bell Cobra there and looked up the particular model and got interested in doing a build in Lego. This picture here is an actual picture of the helicopter that we got to see there at the airport. So I also knew I wanted to do a motorized helicopter, wanted the main rotors to spin. I also wanted to take on the challenge of trying to get the tail rotor to spin as well. And as the build progressed, I decided to add a few other bells and whistles. I added LED lights. There's one just underneath the main rotor, one on the end of each winglet, and one underneath just behind the main gun. I included on the model the forward-facing avionics. Also, the main gun rotates and can be moved back and forth and elevated. I went with a camouflage pattern on the helicopter, more out of necessity than anything else. I only had a limited amount of the olive green pieces, so I ended up putting that together with the dark gray and the tan to make out sort of a camouflage pattern. I think the overall shaping of the helicopter came out fairly well. It did end up being a little bit bulky just underneath the main rotor towards the rear, just because of all the mechanics and the battery pack that I had to add to mechanize it and to also include the LED batteries. Let's take a look at the motorized rotors. Here you can see the battery pack that's nestled into the rear of the helicopter, and underneath are all the wiring for the LEDs. And at the back here you can see the mechanism for the tail rotor. And here are a few shots of the winglets and the tow missiles as well as the rocket pod. Well, I hope you enjoyed checking out this build. Let us know what you think. And if you want to see more of our builds, subscribe or check us out at pitbrickyard.com. Thanks a lot.